Hello, Algebra 2 students. We're going to go ahead and kick it off with part 3 on this optional assignment. If you could please email me or just shoot me a comment on the bottom of this video that this video is actually helping you or that you've seen it, that would be great because then I'll keep making them consistently and I'll know that they're helping you guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at number 7. Now for number 7 through 10, we're going to write the equation for each of the graphs. And the way that we're going to do that is first we need to identify where it crosses the x-axis. Those are our solutions. So this is going to start off and it's going to not cross, but it's either going to be cross, tangent, or a point of inflection. One of those three things. Now, if it's crossing, it's going to be a linear term, and if it's tangent, it's squared, and with a point of inflection, it's going to be to the third power. So looking at the first one, this is actually going to be a point that is tangent, and that is at +1. Okay, now the next one, notice how it doesn't go straight like a line, but it goes kind of like a point of inflection. So it is symmetrical on both sides, so that's going to be to the third power, and that is at +3. And then our last solution is going to be at 4, and it goes straight through, and that's going to be cross. So when we're looking at this, our graph is going to end up being f of x, and our first ordered pair is x minus 1, opposite the inside of the parentheses. It is tangent, so that's going to end up being squared. Our next term is x minus 3 cubed, and our last term is going to end up being x minus 4, because of this solution that's 4, to the first power. Now you don't need to write to the first power, you can if you want to. You can also have these in completely different orders. So this could be in the first, this could be second, and that could be third. That's fine as well because of the commutative property of multiplication. So this would be our final answer. You do not need to FOIL this out. That would just drive you crazy to write it in standard form. Leave it in factored form. So let's go ahead and take a look at number 8. So with number 8, we're going to start by identifying the zeros. So we have 3 zeros for this one. My first 0 is going to be at -3. Okay, so you can, and looking at it, it goes right through as a cross. So that's going to be to the first power. So I can go ahead and start writing it down here. We would end up with x plus 3 to the first power times, and then our next one is going to be, our 0 is going to be at 0. It is going through, it is a point of inflection. So it's to the third power, because we do have kind of a curve happening here. It doesn't just kind of go up and then over. So we have kind of a curve and it continues on. So this would be x cubed. And then our last one, I should be switching colors, sorry, goes straight, whoops. It goes straight through, as a cross. And that's going to be to the first power. So we would end up with x, 1, 2, 3, 4. That would end up being x minus 4 and to the first power. Alright, so there is our term. It doesn't look very pretty, but you can leave it as that. If you have your terms in different orders, that's okay too. Commutative property of multiplication, that's just a math term that states that anything can be multiplied in any order. It'll still end up giving you your same solution. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at number 9. First step, identify your solutions. So we have quite a few of them on this problem. Our first one is going to end up being at -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and looking at this one, kind of looks like that cubic function, so this is a point of inflection. So if it's a point of inflection, my first first start with the term, so we know that that's going to be x plus 5, and since it's a point of inflection, that would just be to the third power. Next term is at 0. Looking at this, it looks quadratic, which is going to be our tangent, which is squared. So I'm going to start off with x, and then there's not a value we need to write here, so it would just end up being x squared. You don't need parentheses. And then we're going to multiply it by our next term. Going to go for green. It does look like it goes straight down, like a line, so that would end up being 1, 2, 3, 4. X minus 4 to the first power. And that's going to be across to the first power. And our last term, let's go for purple. That's clearly a tangent. Looks like a quadratic. So tangent would be x, and then the point itself is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Minus 8 squared. And there we have it. That's our polynomial written out. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at our last problem. I'm going to start off with red. We're going to find the zeros first. So we end up with having one of those zeros being at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and that's negative 6. This is a tangent. The next one is going to be here. Kind of does a little wiggly worm over, so that's going to be a point of inflection, cubic, at negative 2. Our next one is going to start off here and then kind of wiggle and come on down, so that's going to be a point of inflection as well. Alright, so this function, let's go ahead and go to black, is f of x equals our term x plus 6, and then since it's tangent, that would be squared, times x plus 2 cubed, and I'm going to run out of space, so I'm going to move this over here. Yay. Okay, and then our last one is going to end up being x minus 3 cubed. And there you have it. Okay, if you have any questions or concerns, please come see me during a Zoom time, or just email me. I can help you out. Thank you, and I hope you guys are doing well. Have a good day, and a good weekend, and a next week, and the week after that, and I hopefully will see you before the end of the year. Have a wonderful day. Bye.